Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Gary Martin and this is Dan, and you're joining us for the second episode of Pro Shop Clearance. And we started this series, it was a bit of a punt really, we started this series because we've been listening to subscribers and we realised that there were a big market for second-hand golf clubs because not everybody can afford to buy custom fitted clubs, and we thought if we talk a little bit about some of these second-hand golf clubs we've got for sale and who they might suit, it might make you make a bit more an informed decision, or a calculated decision next time you come to purchase some equipment. So we're going to show you what we've got on offer today, and because it's done so well, Dan, do you know what I think we're going to do with this is we're going to travel about, we're going to go to some pro shops, and speak to some of the pros and see what they've got on clearance and see if we can find some hidden gems. So I will be travelling. Next week I'm going to be recording at Tankersley Park Golf Club with a good friend of mine who sells loads of second-hand clubs. He's massive on Facebook. Everybody knows him in that area. So I think it could get quite spicy. Let's start off with a left-handed piece. It's a U510. Can you show them that close up? Yeah. Just go and show them the head on that. It's an absolute beauty, this. Just pop it into the lens. That's it, Dan. This is a David Maguire special. We're just making sure we can get you on it, get a good clear image of this, guys. That's it. Perfect. So anything that's traded in by David Maguire is always an absolute perler. Bring it in now, let's have a look. It's a forged full cavity head design free iron. It's got a graphite shaft in it as well, and I mean, when I say it's been used once or twice, it has been used once or twice. It's an absolute perler. I think he paid around about £199 for it, and he's wanting £125 delivered. It is left-handed, so it's an absolute bargain for anybody that's looking for, possibly a club to drive off the tee with, or just an easy free iron to use. And it is aimed at pretty much all levels of golfer. It's not often we say that on this channel, but even the low handicap golfers, why wouldn't you be looking for that sort of full cavity free iron that you can hit off the tee and not worry about making contact with the middle of the golf club? It's what I use. I've got one of them where I can really swing at it and not worry too much about obviously hitting the middle of the club. It's just a club that I like to get distance with off the tee. Right. We've got a cracking set of irons, some MP63s. Pop and show some close-ups of them. They're forged clubs, but they've not had a great deal of use really. A little bit of bag clatter, what you would expect on sort of a forged set of irons. But there's no bronzing in the face. They've not had heavy use. I think these will feel really soft. They will be aimed at a good ball striker. I would say the MP63, it's almost very blade looking. It's like a muscle back. So it would have to be for maybe sort of a 4 to sort of 9 handicap golfer, somebody very confident at striking their irons. And what you're going to get from this kind of head is feel. It's going to feel very soft when you hit it out the middle. It's going to provide a low launching flight. But you've got to be a good ball striker. It could be that kind of person that's always wanted to try a blade, maybe wanted to try a small looking club. You can bring it in now, Dan. They don't want to see all of it forever, just keep spinning it around, you plonker.
Yeah, I don't miss it,
but with steel stiff shafts and really new grips as well. These are +4 grips which have only recently been on. I think he's had these grips fitted about 2 or 3 months. They're an absolute bargain for some of these. I think he's wanting $250 delivered. And I think that's an absolute steal for anybody that's sort of a good ball striker wanting to move on to sort of that more progressive iron. Or like I've just said, you could be that golfer that's always just wants to try a set of blades, but not wanting to spend a fortune to test a set. And you've got to remember with these, when you're buying stuff like this at this price, the retail value is never too bad. If you don't get on with it after a few rounds, you can always stick it on eBay. You're not going to lose a fortune. It's not like buying a brand new club where it depreciates so much. Let's go to a left-handed again. Another David Maguire special this. Wait till you see Dan bring a close-up of this in. It's a Ping Vault 2.0 putter. It's a B60 design, so it's a very classic looking design in an absolute beautiful bronze finish. And I remember when these came out, I think they were $249 brand new, because I actually looked at one myself. He's had that cut down, hasn't he? When I edit this, I'll put in what length it is, but to me that looks to be about 32 inch, so it's a very short little wand. it's going to suit, you know, possibly a lady or somebody that likes to really sort of tilt and get close to the ball. And I'm that kind of player actually, that I use a 34 inch putter. I'm quite tall, but I like to get lower to the ball. I think, you know, if you can get yourself a bit closer to the ball, you know, I think you get more control. Show them some close-ups of that. It's an absolute perler. With that one, we're wanting £160 delivered. And that is, can you see how good a condition that is? It's almost, well, I mean, you know, it's basically brand new. He has used it, it's got the Super Stroke grip on it, but it's an absolute pearl. I don't think it's had too much golf, that one.
No, it's great. Look, it looks brand new.
It looks brand new, doesn't it? You wouldn't be disappointed with this one, guys. It's an absolute pearler. Where do we go from here then? Well, let's get VOKEY wedges.
Oh, look at these bro.
These are oldie but goodies. So they're the SM4s. We're selling them as a set. We've got 50, 54 and 58. So it's sort of like gap wedge, sand wedge and lob wedge. They come with wedge flex shafts, and they've also got the +4 multi-compound grips. So these are only a few months old as well, so they still feel really sharp. I'll let Dan show you the faces as well on all these wedges because they're quite good. They've not got sort of any bronzing on them, just normal wear marks, but still plenty of life left in these. And bounce wise, because I'll tag the video, we just had a video me and Jadzia did on bounce. These are very low bounce wedges, or not very low, they just are low bounce wedges. So these would be designed for somebody that tends to sort of fin the ball from around the green, somebody who can't get that leading edge close to the surface. So this leading edge will sit close to the surface and help you get, you know, right underneath the ball. So it would be, you know, if we was sort of advising somebody to look towards the low bounce, it would be somebody that possibly fins the ball, you know, struggles to strike the ball off a tight lie. But if you strike the ball heavy, if you're somebody who fats the ball, then this is not the wedge for you because this could make you actually worse, or it would make you worse. So just be aware of that, guys. But as far as leveler golfer, I would say, you know, if you were a complete beginner, then you certainly wouldn't want sort of bladed wedges like these. You'd have to be a you know, reasonable ball striker, somebody sort of confident of striking short irons, to sort of use especially the 50 degree, the gap wedge. That's where I might advise a higher handicap or a mid handicap golfer to sort of look to a cavity. But in your sand wedge and lob wedge, I think if you've been playing golf a few years, you probably will start to look towards these wedges for feel and control. So I would say mid to low handicap golfer, and we're selling these for £120 delivered, which is the price of buying one brand new wedge. So, you know, I think they're an absolute bargain. This next club is not one that you'll find on second-hand market. This could be a one of one, this. And it's another left-hander, David Maguire III special. It's a MAVRICK. A MAVRICK 4-iron. It looks like he's bought this because the set he bought off the shelf, I think, were a 5 to wedge, and he's added a 4-iron in, and it looks again like he's had a couple of rounds with it, and he's just not got on with it. It's a full cavity. It's left-handed, like I've just mentioned, and it's a MAVRICK. It's aimed at sort of a mid to handicap golfer, this one. It's got quite a bit of offset on it, so it might suit that player that sort of struggles, you know, fading the ball or missing, cutting the ball. Certainly being a full cavity, it's going to be easy to use for that mid-high to handicap golfer. A regular shaft as well, so sort of, you know, your smoother swinger, somebody that needs sort of a bit softer steel shaft. And again, you know, look at that, it's like brand new.
Yeah, it's only, a year old, isn't it?
Yeah, he's paid, I think he paid £140 for that one, and he's wanting sort of 85 delivered. So, you know, again, could be a great addition for that player that's got 5-iron to sort of wedge and, you know, looking for a little bit longer iron. It's certainly in fantastic condition, and still a current iron as well. Which brings us to the last couple of items. I think what I've mentioned as well, if there's any assistant pros out there watching this, or any pros that's, you know, looking to move on a little bit of second-hand equipment, you know, if you're in the like West Yorkshire or South Yorkshire area, I'd certainly be willing to come down and do a video with you guys. Obviously, you know, advertise what you've got and you know, hopefully try and help you make a few sales, you know, and get you involved. Like, so, yeah, send us a message and we might be able to organise something. Got a pair of shoes here. These were an absolute fortune when they come out. I don't know if you even played golf when these were available. They're an old model then?
My dad had a pair of
Can you
these.
remember?
I remember my dad. I think I had a pair of
Go and show them.
old DNAs. My dad had a pair
These
of
Footjoy DNAs. Get in the comments, guys. Have you had a pair of these? Footjoy DNAs. They're all white. They're a UK 9 medium.
They'd fit me.
Brand new. Oh, would they not?
They'd fit me.
Well, we might have a buyer then. These were £149 when they first come out. So a very expensive shoe. And we're wanting 75 delivered. So I think that's an absolute bargain for anybody, you know, looking for a pair of shoes. But what I would say is obviously shoes are very individual. You know, unless you've actually had a pair of Footjoy DNA, I'd be very reluctant, you know, I wouldn't advise you buying them unless you've actually had a pair of these and you've tried a 9 medium and you know these are your size. You know, as far as returns, I'm happy for somebody to return it, but you would have to cover your own cost of postage if you try and they don't fit. But they're an absolute bargain. And I would advise you not to buy them unless you've actually had some of these already and you know that they're comfortable and you're happy with them. But I've had a pair of these and they were a great shoe for me.
Yeah, I remember my pair. They were quite good.
Excuse me. What have we got left then? I think we've just got one left, haven't we?
Is it that butter?
It's a putter. It's a very popular putter, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
The X7. It's the X7X. The X7
XG.
XG7. Got there in the end. Thanks,
White
Dan.
hot.
White hot. Condition wise, I wouldn't say it's in the very best condition, would you?
No, it's got a bit of bashes and bruises. But
Yeah, it's in used condition. I would say a 6 out of 10. It's certainly not good condition. If I said it were good, you know, somebody would be disappointed. But we're going to put that in at what I think is not a bad price. You know, it's for anybody looking for a good quality putter, a good branded putter, because you know it's not going to affect the performance, is it? You know, a few use marks. Has it got a cover with it? I think it did have a cover, didn't it?
I think it did.
Yeah, it's down there. So it has got a cover as well. Grip wise, it's a Superstroke 1.0. It's again, it's not in the best condition, but for anybody that might be looking to upgrade the putter into a good branded putter, that one's going to be £60 delivered. So it's not too bad. Very popular head design that on tour as well. We will stick some close-ups of these in, so you know you will get to see them in the edit. And I think that brings us to the end of what we've got for sale today. And I think the next time you see us, guys, you know, it won't be Huddersfield Golf Club. You know, I think there were someone a bit cheeky who says, "Oh, you're just doing this to sell some clubs and make some money." It actually weren't the idea. It was more to sort of, you know, obviously help educate people on clubs and talk a little bit about, you know, what sort of level of golfer these would be, you know, designed for, and you know, a little bit on the specs of them. But you know, to prove you wrong on that one, we're going to be travelling. You won't probably see us back here if this kicks off as well as we hope, and we'll get around, you know, get around area and get into the shops and see what we can find. So I hope you've enjoyed that one, guys, and we'll see you in a few days' time. Bye.
Bye.